Hello, and thank you so much for being here. I know this is my very first video that I'm making, but I'm really doing this in honor of the full moon in Capricorn today. This full moon is happening in my third house of writing and communication projects, so I figured what better way to celebrate than to get on here and just yap. But yeah, so just a little bit about the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is a sign that rewards consistent work, and it's exactly what you put into something is what you're going to get out, and there's kind of no fooling or tricking Capricorn. And so it's a good time to think about what you've committed to over the past 6 months. And I can also list below here which house this would fall into for you depending on your rising sign. And yeah, so just really take the time to celebrate this like culmination of effort that you've invested in one particular part of your life. For me, I was reflecting that this full moon lands in my third house of communication projects, and just thinking about how 6 months ago would have been January 6th, and since then I've written 13 posts, which means that I've been pretty consistent in posting, and the pace that I've been going at feels sustainable, challenging, but also like a lot of fun. So yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is do kind of a show and tell of my scrapbook from Japan. It's this amazing like accordion style scrapbook that I got at the Muji store. And speaking of committing, I actually every day after sightseeing, after doing the 20,000 steps, would come back to my hotel room and get out all of my supplies, my markers, my pens, and my stickers, and just start scrapbooking. And so it was a really fun way to like stay creative while on vacation. I'll just quickly do a walkthrough of some of my favorite pages, and the favorites tend to be the ones that are the most colorful and the most varied. So I have these little stamps here, little flowers that I collected from a pamphlet for a botanic garden that we visited. Here I love this drink, so I took the label off of a drink, and this one's a little interactive. It has a fortune that we got from a shrine. I thought this was pretty appropriate for Capricorn, the Capricorn full moon. It says, "By and by your fortune will be better, but go steadily or you'll fail. Take your time and realize your wish with patience." So yeah, today we are honoring hard work. I love this one. This is a sticker that is supposed to bless your car, or like bless you in transportation, keep you safe. And so a lot of bus drivers and taxi drivers had this very colorful sticker on their car. Mount Fuji, which I sadly never saw in real life, and so I have to return to Japan and do it again. And if anybody knows the name of this little creature, I love her, and I saw her all over Japan, so help me out. I liked this one too because it was a different sort of layout of like a lot of different little things. I drew a pigeon that I had seen from this bagel shop. Bullet train tickets. And yeah, I just like the big graphic nature of these pages too. I feel like collaging is really fun because it's the combination of things that are surprising. And yeah, one of my favorite days when we went to Fukuoka on our anniversary, I fell in love with this volcano called Sakurajima, and we even took a ferry through the plumes of smoke when she was erupting, which was really an intense experience, and I'm so grateful that we got to experience that. Playing around with my stamps, here they are. And these are some photos from Yakushima Island, which I wrote about in a separate blog post, and it was my favorite place that I've ever experienced. Another thing I wanted to talk about while we're on the subject of Japan is this book, Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. I recently finished it. It's my favorite book that I've read all year. It's so dark and funny, and it's about a 35-year-old woman who works in a convenience store, or a konbini, in Japan, and everyone around her is like, are you gonna get a real job? When are you gonna get a husband? And she herself has no desire to, you know, fit in with everybody around her who's kind of like striving for, to fit the norm. And I won't give too much away, but I think that the narrator is a hero, and I really recommend it. Thanks so much for watching. Happy Capricorn full moon. I'll put more information about this lunation below, and let me know what you think if you end up reading Convenience Store Woman, and show me your scrapbooks. Okay, until next time.